Hi there, me again. Today's video is going to be a fun one because Ethan and I are going to Chicago to test a new film, and not just any film, the new CineStill 400D.
Oh.
Hey guys,
Hello.
welcome to Des Moines, Iowa. We are about halfway. Is this about halfway?
Close.
On our road trip to Chicago, which wasn't initially going to be a road trip. We were going to get on a train and take the train to Chicago, which was going to be fun. But the train the day before we left crashed on the tracks, so our train wasn't even going to make it to Chicago the next day, even if we wanted to take it. Yeah. So now we're driving. And gas is expensive, but I think it's going to end up being cheaper than the train ticket. So
yeah, this whole trip, there's been like 3 or 4 different variations of this trip, and so just glad that we're actually doing it.
Yeah. We were originally going to go to Utah, so we're doing something completely different now. So hopefully it's a good trip. We're going to shoot some CineStill 400D, test that out, and yeah, we'll see you when we get to Chicago.
Yep. Is this heaven?
No. This is Illinois.
Not yet. This is still Iowa. We're almost in Illinois.
Oh, I have a mustache. So, I guess just get over it.
Reminds me of Rooster, Top Gun Maverick.
I think it's more of a Tom Selleck.
Okay. A little thicker than the Rooster stash?
Yeah.
You gonna be the next person to star on Blue Bloods?
No, I'm probably actually going to shave it off at some point during this trip. After lots of driving, we arrived at our super nice Airbnb in Oak Park. Once we got settled, we figured we should grab our cameras, get some food, and check out the area. Oh, well, hello. We have arrived in Oak Park.
Yes.
Oak Park, right outside of downtown Chicago. How far is the train ride?
30 minutes from downtown.
So it's about a 30-minute train ride. Not too bad. We're going to use the train most of the time while we're here. But this neighborhood looks super nice. The Airbnb is super nice, so that's cool. And I think tonight what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of explore a little bit, maybe take some photos around the neighborhood, and then go to Lake Street. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Lake Street. They have a bunch of restaurants, all different kinds of restaurants. So hopefully we'll get some good food too. Also, I forgot to mention, I'm gonna load up the first roll of CineStill 400D in my camera. And so is Ethan.
Same here.
Yeah. And we might end up doing some night photography with it tonight too, because I assume with a bunch of restaurants on Lake Street, there's probably gonna be some cool signs.
Neon lights.
Neon lights.
And as everybody knows with CineStill, halations. Now, even though this is the 400D, they're not going to be quite as extreme as like an 800T, but they'll still happen. So they look badass. At least that's the goal.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what the color shift looks like at night with this.
Yes.
So that'll be interesting to see. Act like you're shooting.
Yes, Dad.
During this trip, Ethan shot most of his shots 1 stop overexposed, and I shot most of mine 2 to 3 stops over. You can see the difference really well in these 2 photos. Here's some more photos I took in Oak Park. day 2, we grabbed some coffee and headed into the city, but not before finding this basketball goal that was completely engulfed in vines.
We made it.
We made it. Being the film nerds that we are, our first stop was Central Camera. They got everything here.
Yeah, they do. I wish we had stuff like this.
Yeah.
Get it?
Got it. Did you really visit Chicago if you didn't take a picture of the bean? Just fit it in the frame. After some peri-peri chicken for lunch, we thought we should go to the zoo, so we hopped on a bus and made our way there. By the time we got done at the zoo, we were already pretty tired, which was evident from the sweat accumulating on my mustache. Since we were tired, we found a spot to chill, and this spot would be where we took firework pictures later. Until then, we were just waiting, so we walked around on the beach and took some photos. Take a quick meter reading.
Where are you going?
Now it was Ethan's turn. Here are the photos he took at the beach. As the light faded, we got our tripods and cable releases set up and got ready to photograph some fireworks. back to home base, we took some cool pictures of signs, and this is easily my favorite picture from the trip. This composition is really interesting with the sign and the subway entrance in the foreground. Well, hello everyone. Welcome to day like 2.5, kind of. It was a very long day yesterday. Ethan and I lugged around probably 30 and 40 pound backpacks for the entirety of the day. So that was exhausting. Today's going to be a little bit more relaxing. We're probably going to go around the Oak Park area, which is the kind of suburb we're staying in, and go check out a record store. Probably going to go to Chinatown at some point and take pictures down there. But hopefully it'll be a chiller day. And I'm taking much less stuff with me today. Probably just going to bring the GoPro, my little bag with my rangefinder lenses, and my Canon. So no tripod, no heavy stuff today. And hopefully we'll get some good photos. But before that, it's time for me to get rid of this damn mustache, so I'm gonna go do that. With a freshly trimmed upper lip, I packed light and we headed to Chinatown, where we spent literally hours at a hot pot restaurant and then did some street photography. No.
No. This one came out probably like 85, 87.
And this one's more like 59.
Yeah, I'm old
Yeah.
school. That's right.
Yeah, they're cool.
I started mine.
It's a treasure.
Yeah.
Company.
I mean, that's a place to go.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Good. Thanks for letting me.
Yeah, it was nice
Yeah,
to
for
talk
sure.
to you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, that is cool. 25. Yeah. Going to be a little crooked. Oh, and really bright. So do I. Look at this sign. What can I do with this sign? I got Bicycle Guy with the Ming's Enterprise. That one's cool. You're like, ooh, biker, now it's gone.
Yeah.
Do it.
I can't decide if I should have him in focus or the street, signs across the street focus. I keep going back and forth.
Signs. Do the signs. I don't know what this guy was doing, but he was standing there for like 30 minutes. What is he looking at?
Got it.
What is he
I have
looking
no
at?
idea. That was stressful.
Here's Ethan's photos from Chinatown. After Chinatown, we hopped back on the train to explore more of the city and found this guy absolutely jamming. I'm gonna take a shot if the train comes and like zooms behind it. A little shaky, but I think that kind of adds to the photo. Man, this film looks great during golden hour. We ended the day by stopping at a record store and getting some hot bangers, both on vinyl and on celluloid. Day 4 was overcast, but that wouldn't stop us from grabbing more coffee and riding the rails. Hey, this is us. How you doing? This one does fine.
This is Washington and Wells.
Ooh, I might go over here. Let's do this. Come on. Cross. I like these photos because it almost looks like it could be the same guy before and after work. I took this photo with my 90mm and I think it turned out great. The colors rendered really well and the painters on the fire escape are an interesting subject. We stopped to grab a bite at Portillo's, which I believe to be a Chicago staple, and then we shot the rest of our 400D. This was Ethan's last shot, so the rest of these photos are mine. I think this party boat with the people scattered on the steps is a really interesting subject. The water came out looking so good in these photos. I got the back end of that boat with those two boats and the clock tower. I think I got another one. We can move on. I think it's obvious from the photos that I was obsessed with these Marina City towers, so I wanted my last shot to have them as a subject. That's a pretty sick frame there. That's it. That's it.
Our CineStill 400D adventure is over.
That's it for it.
For now, until it's widely available, we can order it again.
Yeah. Our last night in Chicago ended as it should have, with a big deep dish pizza. The next morning we packed our stuff up, but didn't leave immediately because I wanted to photograph a couple of the Frank Lloyd Wright houses in Oak Park.
Hello.
Hello.
We are in our final few minutes.
Morning.
Our final few minutes, final morning of our Chicago trek. We just had some damn good waffles.
Really, really good waffles.
Those were amazing. Now we're here, still in Oak Park, which is where our Airbnb was. But we're checking out a couple of the Frank Lloyd Wright houses before we bail. This guy over here is loading up some medium format.
Pro 400H in the Bronica.
There you go. So that's what's going on.
Get some fresh Pro 400H. I don't shoot this camera enough to be a quick loader. There we are.
Boom.
First shot's ready. For some reason, my meter was set to 1600, but I was overexposing about 2 stops, so the images didn't come out perfect, but they aren't too bad. Got it. Took it. Dark slide back in, and we can move on to another one. Okay. All right, so we are at the actual Frank Lloyd Wright home, and it looks pretty cool, but the light's not really quite right on it, so I'm not going to take a picture of this one. But we do have a handy-dandy poster that we took a picture of in our Airbnb that shows all the different homes and a map of where they are, so we can kind of pick and choose which ones we'd like to see and go and check them out. So we're going to pick one out here. Not in the way of anything. Oh, I guess I'm. This is the Nathan G. Moore house.
About to have people in your frame, I think.
No, I'm not. I just took it. The last building on my list was called Unity Temple, and this photo is the roughest. After that, we hit some stops along Route 66 on the way back.
Think about taking a shot?
I am. You know, whenever you want to take a picture, something gets in the way. We had a quick lunch in Ethan's hometown, and I took my last photo of the trip. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a really fun one to make. Expect plenty more videos like this one, and hey, maybe even some completely different stuff too. Bye now.